game with all kinds of missed darts at doubles, but Robbie Green doesn't let this go on any longer. It is 1-0 to the man from Merseyside.
121.
Now these guys have met 3 times before. Back in their BDO days, Robbie Green was dominant.
100.
He won both of their meetings. Beat Joe in the Scottish Open 9 years ago, 2008. Beat him in the German Open in 2011 as well. But their one PDC meeting came earlier this year. It was in February, UK Open qualifiers. They were being held in Wigan. And Joe Murnan won it 6-4, but Robbie Green keen on getting some revenge because that is the first 180 of this one. It comes against the Murnan throw, but Murnan may be about to chuck one in himself. That's exactly what he does, and is this heating up now? Messi from Murnan does get a dart at tops though. He's a little bit high. Now, if Green were to take this out, Murnan would be kicking himself. Not going to happen.
60.
Just a 60. Murnan will have another look at tops. And there it is. Joe Murnan does level things up, finding double top. Perhaps a little bit more stressful than he would have liked. Not that you'd know. Joe Murnan looks so laid back. He's on the verge of collapsing at any stage.
125. 140. 81. 83. 60. 93. 65.
Well, 65 from Green is enough to get down to a finish, but Joe Murnan will really fancy his chances here, because if he can see off 185 in 2 visits, then he will get a break of throw and go into the lead. Now, he may look at the bullseye himself here.
97.
Well, he comes down for the 19s, and it pays off in the end. Leaves him a 2-dart checkout. Green will not take out the 170. It was always likely to be the case, but you don't quite tell with Robbie Green. He does have the propensity for the spectacular. Murnan. Treble 20 for double 14, or treble 16 for double top? Now, 18 for bull. Oh, Joe. Yeah, big deep breath. He knows that is a mistake.
48.
Does set it up nicely, but Green, 112, gettable. Surely you can go going off that. Oh, double 16. Oh, wonderful stuff. Robbie Green, 112 checkout, and he pinches that leg away from Joe Murnan when it looked like Murnan was going to get the first break of throw.
124. 60. 134. 135.
seeded number 27 here today is Murnan,
135.
unable to find a 180. And that's done on the Pro Tour order merits, a 12-month rolling money list.
59.
And it's his recent results that have helped propel him up there, Robbie Green. Last time out, he in Wigan, as Murnan looks at tops, just pulls it a little low. Last time out in Wigan that weekend, on the Saturday, Robbie Green made the semi-finals. He nearly made it to his first PDC final. Made a quarter-final in Barnsley earlier this year as well. There have been little flashes from Robbie Green to suggest that he could go and do something special. This may be busted.
16.
I'm not sure whether he meant to hit the 1 there, Joe Murnan, or whether he was just sort of, just didn't mind. So if I hit the 1, brilliant, I'll leave double 2. If not, I'll bust it. I'll hit the 20. I'll just come back and look at double 10. But in the end, he did hit the 1. And he hits the double 2 as well. So it is 2 apiece. 4 consecutive holds of throw. Nothing to separate these two here. That is a perfect start from Robbie Green to this 5th leg with his 2nd maximum.
100.
4 perfect darts, but no more for Robbie Green. Does fire the 6th one in there, so 180, 140. Very difficult to live with, that.
140.
He's trying though, Joe Murnan. Getting results in from the other boards around Milton Keynes. We've got 16 boards of action here. I'll rattle through some of those results for you at the culmination of this leg, but it is an important leg because Joe Murnan fires in his 2nd maximum, and both of these guys are on 11 darters. Bullseye for Robbie Green. Misses. Joe Murnan has exactly the same shot.
40 scored.
Treble 19 for double 12. Single 12 for Bull. Bullseye. And he misses by a similar distance. Well, I mean, it's dart for dart in this leg. Double 16. There it is. 14 darter for Robbie Green. Does get him back into the lead, holding off that assault from Joe Murnan. But it is a missed opportunity for Joe, who needs to get a break at some point. Now, Peter Wright, the winner yesterday, winner of 8 titles this year already. A phenomenal year from Peter Wright. We know that he got a bye through the first round, as did the
55.
other top 4 seeds. So he's sat in the 2nd round already. Brendan Dolan is the man he will face. Dolan has beaten Matt Clark. Dimitri Vandenberg just snuck in the seedings at number 32 as Murnan fires in his 3rd maximum. But the young Belgian has not made the most of his seeding. He's been beaten by the hammer, Andy Hamilton, as Robbie Green has to make do with 140. The hammer beating Dimitri Vandenberg 6-2. Oh, look at this. Joe Murnan, he's kicked in. He's kicked in, Joe Murnan. Back-to-back ton 80s. He was on an 11 darter in the last leg. He is on an 11 darter here. Now, Joe Murnan couldn't get the job done last time around. Robbie Green has left a bogey number anyway. He's not thinking clearly, evidently. That means Murnan doesn't have to go 14 for ball. So single 16 to leave tops. And that is exactly what Murnan's done. Had Robbie Green been thinking clearly, then he would have left himself a finish and he would have forced Murnan to use the bullseye there. And that could have had a bearing on the ultimate fate of this leg and potentially the match. Double 10. Double 5. Well, he's having problems on the doubles, is Joe Murnan, but that is a 12 dart leg, and you can't really criticise that much. Because he hits the double 5, and we have a level game at 3 apiece. Steve West,
60.
Another disappointing day for Simply the West. Seeded number 16 today, but he's out in round 1 to Keegan Brown. Keegan Brown will face Barry Van Peer, the young Dutchman. Barry Van Peer beating the veteran Dennis Smith.
140.
Alan Norris, seed number 8. 6-0 over Simon Preston. He's in the second round. Will face Wayne Jones, another veteran who saw off Ricky Williams 6-2. Chris Dobie, seeded player, has beaten Jeffrey DeGraaf, who had a run yesterday, but won't have one today. Chris Dobie in the second round. Ian White, a 6-5 winner over Stephen Burton. Ross Twell, a 6-4 winner over John Part. Darth Maple here this weekend, but it's not been a profitable one for him. Some disappointing early exits for him. Michael Smith, how well is he playing again? He's the threat. Mark my words. He is a threat in these tournaments, Michael Smith. Number 5 seed today. He's a 6-0 winner against Martin Schindler. Ron the Bomb Muhlenkamp awaits after he saw off Darren Johnson. Joe Murnan giving himself a chance in this 7th leg to get the break of throw that he desperately needs to turn the match in his favour. What kind of a finish can he leave himself? Oh, it looks good, doesn't it? Well, he will be gutted to only come away with 100 there, because that first dart was absolutely perfect for Joe Murnan. He should have been looking at a ton 40 minimum. Now, that looks inviting, but I don't think he's going to leave himself double 3.
130.
That will do. 130 leaves 56. Joe Murnan, 1 treble. Gets him a dart for the leg, and he has got that treble. Tops. Oh, Joe Murnan unable to hit double top. And Robbie Green to shut the door in his face. Good guide.
16.
But not good enough for Kong. Joe Murnan, we've had 6 holes of throw in this game. This is for the break that Murnan needs. Double 10. Double 5 again. Oh, getting further away. Joe Murnan having an absolute mare on his doubles. He hit double top in the second leg, but after that it's been double 2, double 5, keeps missing tops, keeps missing 10s, and that 5 was a long way off. Green hits the double 16, and it saves his skin, because he is not dominating this game, Robbie Green. You see 7 consecutive holds of throw, and you know, if you hadn't seen the action, maybe you're thinking, oh, well, they're just very strong and they're Yesterday, Peter Wright was imperious. There was a game yesterday against Rob Cross where he averaged more than 120. It was spellbinding stuff. Nobody got close to Peter Wright yesterday, apart from Joe Murnan. In Peter Wright's very first game of the day, it was Joe Murnan's second round game. Murnan took 5 legs off Snakebite. Nobody else managed to do that.
85.
Murnan's plan right now is to take 5 legs off Robbie Green and then go and add another one in the decider, but the best laid plans of mice and men.
125.
It is going according to plan at the minute though, isn't it? 170 points clear. Robbie Green struggling to find the trebles.
43.
Trying to find the big numbers even. This is Murnan's leg for the losing.
99.
That'll do. Again, leaves that 93. But there's not going to be pressure on it this time. Because Green's not going to be on the finish.
99.
So then, Joe, can you take us all the way?
Yep. 53.
53 scored, gives him 3 darts at double top. Now, Joe Murnan has really struggled on tops and 10s. He keeps missing inside on them, keeps ending up on double 5, sometimes ending up having to split that. Can he hit it? That's close.
Yep.
And that's there. Joe Murnan does hit double top. He does get the 10th leg, And he does take us all the way to a decider. Robbie Green will have the throw. But Joe Murnan has managed to break once. Can he break again in this final leg of the match and set up a meeting with either Peter Jakes or John Norman Jr.? It's good. And does that make Murnan favourite now? What a response from Robbie Green.
140.
Done 40 right back at him. This is anyone's. Joe Murnan has won the one meeting in PDC darts between these two. It was back in February at the UK Open qualifiers. The 2 times before that they met a number of years ago, back in their BDO days. Robbie Green won both of those. Is Robbie Green about to get his first PDC win against Joe Murnan? And who knows, with Robbie Green,
96.
it could be the platform to go and have a special day today. Peter Wright only just came through 6-5 against Joe Murnan yesterday in his opening game, and look what he went on to do. He won his title, his 8th title of the year. So 120 average in one of the games. Hey, look at the bullseye here, Murnan. Looks at the 17s instead. He is down to a finish, but it's a massive one, and Robbie Green is probably going to get a couple of visits from 109 to close this match out. That's 9 scored, so treble 20 for tops. Oh.
33.
Well, it's a little bit scruffy from Green. Leaves himself 76. Murnan. Oh, needed the treble 18 for a dart at the bullseye. No match dart on this occasion for Joe Murnan. Robbie Green should get a match dart. It's only going to be one, though. And it's a double top. Oh, and it's just a little bit low. I don't know if it just caught the flight at the first dart there. But Joe Murnan, 82 remain. He has survived one match dart in this leg. He survived a couple back in the 9th leg. 17 for tops. Oh, and it's so high. It is so high. He has struggled on double top right the way through the game, but having pinned it last leg, Joe Murnan must have backed himself to hit it. But Robbie Green returns to the board. He genuinely did not know if he would get this chance. But he does. And it's double 10. And now it's double 5. And those two are nowhere near. 4 darts missed for the match in this final leg by Robbie Green. He missed 2 earlier on. Joe Murnan has lived a charmed life. But can he get over the line? Yes, he can. Joe Murnan, a 6-5 win, somehow coming past Robbie Green, winning the last 3 legs from 5-3 down. He shakes his head. He doesn't know how he's done it. I don't know how he's done it. But